All right. I have uh no wait, I'm saving that for the next episode. Um I just noticed something else.
What's that?
And that's what I'm gonna like. Heads up, people, we're doing a double here, and I don't know that we got enough material because we still don't got no emails, right? Is that
One email.
we have an email? Oh my goodness. Oh my.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we'll have to save that for episode 2 then. But anyway, I just noticed something coming on here that bugs me that I just noticed it. So we use Zoom. I pay for a pro license, and in exchange for paying for a pro license, we don't have a time limit on what we can do here. And also, I get to be bombarded with ads for upsales in Zoom and all the new shit it's doing or whatever. It's so fun. I
So,
finally got them to stop emailing me, but every time I log in, there's like 12 things. And recently there was one, I don't know anything about it, uh, but there's something that they are calling Zoomtopia, which I've seen a few times. And I don't know if they're trying to do like a social media thing or what, but they're calling it Zoomtopia. Can you? And I've seen this and didn't give it another thought. It's a dumb pun. Can you explain the pun to me?
I mean, there is a popular movie called Zootopia, and Zoomtopia would seem to be riffing on that. Seem to, I don't know.
Yes, yes. It's not riffing on Utopia.
Doesn't seem to
It
be.
is it is riffing on the animated film Zootopia.
Would seem to be, yeah.
Well, it has to be because otherwise it's the worst pun ever. Zoom instead of you. Like
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
no,
No,
it's
no.
but
Okay.
like that's crazy, right?
Well, I mean, if there were animals involved in whatever the product is, I know, like I don't
Yeah,
know,
I'm
backgrounds
gonna
or
go out on a limb and say it's not that, but like
I don't know.
your unaffiliated telecommunications software company. Yeah, let's do a play on that the Talking Bunny movie.
It was really popular. I,
I
marketing. I
mean,
don't know.
yeah, I don't know. If Zoom did something that was based on Avatar The Last Airbender as a pun, again, not referencing, not commercially tied in, just as a pun, it would seem weird.
No, I agree. It seems weird, but I mean, like
But
marketing does weird things.
what bugs me is that it only seemed weird today.
Oh,
This is what bugs me because I've seen this many times and just been like, yeah, of course. It's and I think my head was like, yeah, Utopia, Zoomtopia, and then I'm like, it's not based on Utopia. It's based on Zootopia.
it seems like it. Yeah, I would
I mean,
think.
I
I'm
mean, it's
sure that Mark.
wild. It's wilder if it's not. Like, don't get me wrong, this is a hard move,
I,
but it's even weirder if it's not based on.
yeah, I'd be pretty surprised if in the marketing meetings that you know that wasn't acknowledged that that's what they were doing.
You would have to.
I
Like,
would think so. Or if they were insisting that, oh no, this is a riff on Utopia, it's a riff on Utopia by way of
right? It would
Zootopia.
like it's like first of all, bad riff. Second of all, the fact that you are one letter away from a famously
Yeah,
successful
no, that
animated
surely. Yes, surely.
like you either did something crazy or you're very bad at advertising.
But I mean
I'd
it
rather be the guy who did something crazy.
but I mean it's fairly common for marketing people to say, hey, people feel good about Zootopia, so maybe they'll feel good about this. I mean, it's very close to being a trademark violation in a way. Yeah, yeah. You could almost
Is
make
it
a claim
isn't
there.
Zootopia Disney? I'm surprised they haven't shut that shit down.
No, right. Exactly.
They're probably getting a little kickback on the side. Every time I
It's
click on that link, they got to send.
it's a little it's getting there. It's getting there.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Magical Talking Hat podcast, the only podcast in the world that is not a riff on anything. You'd be forgiven for thinking we were doing a Harry Potter sorting hat thing. We are not. I genuinely don't remember how we came up with this. I came up with this. I full blame to me. I came up with the name and the premise, and I don't remember how or why. I'm Tony.
And I'm William. And this is episode 753.
Is it?
I'm pretty sure. Now, one way I remember is I actually, while I'm talking to you, I have the website up and I can see what the last episode number was, but I'm noticing it says 151 for August 7th, and I don't see the podcast for August 14th on the website. I don't know what happened to it. I think I saw it in the YouTube when you posted it yesterday, or did you not post it yesterday? Did you forget to post it yesterday?
I don't think I posted the podcast. Which my phone reminds me.
I often see it on Thursday. Did I not see it yesterday? Maybe I didn't even see it yesterday. I don't think
you did, because I don't think I posted it.
Oh, okay. Well, it's not on the website, so.
Oh boy.
Sorry.
I feel yesterday was insane. In that we had Trish and I had competing doctor's appointments in the morning, and then Trish had a later doctor's appointment later in the day. It was, we are having so many doctor's appointments lately. We have all the things wrong with us. It's amazing.
Yeah, us too.
But we took all of my blood and tested everything we could test, and I came out pretty good.
Great.
I'm doing mostly all right. I had one thing in the yellow, and it's not a thing that I understand what it even means. Everything else, and I had the best blood pressure I've had in 1,000 years.
Oh, that's good.
Like I literally think it was probably like high school the last time I had blood pressure this good. It was 118/72. And I haven't been. I'm always in that range where it's like, technically it's controlled, but just like barely, like right. But yeah, so I was really pleased with that. If you're just joining us, sorry that the last episode was late. I'm very embarrassed. I think I've destroyed our history. There was a day where people would email because they were so excited to get it right away. But, you know, that was when we were popular, before all the scandals came out. We have a hat. It is magical in that it has its own email address, themagicaltalkinghat@gmail.com. People like to write into that email address, themagicaltalkinghat@gmail.com, with stuff. I don't even know what stuff. Apparently we got one. I'm excited because I didn't get forwarded it, but the hat magically on its own forwards the emails just to William now, apparently. And compels us to read them online, talk about them. We do that till we're bored, and that's the show. But we only got one, and we're doing 2 episodes, so I propose we save that for the next one. And pretty much I run this shit, so that's what's going to happen. How's your week been?
It's been okay. Let's see. We saw. Okay, so right now there's a film out. Maybe you and I already talked about this. There's a film out called Weapons.
Yes.
And the person who made it made another fairly popular film called Barbarians.
Yeah, Barbarian.
Yeah. We watched that. Have you seen it?
No.
We watched it.
No. I'm sorry.
Why? What do you know about it?
It's a really good movie from what I hear. I know what it's about and how the plot goes, and I sure as shit don't want to go near that. Like
Uh,
it's the nasty kind of horror that I don't want to be involved in. It sounds
yeah,
like they did it real well, but
yeah, I hear what you're saying. I didn't think they did it real well.
oh really?
Yeah, I
That's
did
a
not.
bummer.
I did not like it pretty much at
Yeah.
all. Now, here's the thing: the first, I don't know if I would call it the first act. I guess it's the first act, first third, whatever. It was actually quite good. We were watching and going, "Wow, this is pretty good. I can't wait to see where this goes." And then the
Where
rest
it
of it was,
goes is Justin Long.
yes, and it was just not good at all. Like
Yeah.
at all. I can't account. I mean, please forgive me if you're one of the people that loves this movie. I'm not being critical of you personally, but I honestly can't figure out why this movie got such good reviews and is so popular.
Here's what I suspect. Because I've seen a lot, I watch a lot of videos about movies, and
Right.
especially if it's movies that I don't intend to see, spoil the shit out of it, whatever, I don't care. Um, I'm not going to spoil things here for this movie, except again, this first act thing. I think the reason everybody thinks this movie is amazing is there is this incredible first section, because that's the only part people talk about, that and like the ending reveal sort of, but they only talk about the beginning and the fact that it's a fake out, and like you hard pivot to these aren't your characters, like you're going to a different story, and that caught people off guard. And so I think that cool opening section and the fact that then it's immediately like, nope, this is not what we're doing, blew people away, because people don't talk about the rest of the movie. So I think when people like it, it's they like that.
Really good. It
Yeah.
it it and it promised some really interesting things, and then it did not deliver. Like I don't. Okay, so the switching gears thing. Do I have a problem with that? Bold move. I like bold moves in movies. I can sometimes give a movie a complete pass for a bold move that doesn't work because I appreciate so much the bold move. But this was, I don't even know why they did it. Like
Yeah.
there was, if it just seemed like it literally seemed like the filmmaker was like, I'm bored of this. I want to do this now. I mean, it didn't seem, there was no good reason. There was no payoff.
Yeah.
There was nothing. And the other vision for this film was not interesting, was not compelling, was mostly gross,
Yeah,
and
and kind of cliched in a way. I mean, it's been done and it's never been done
yeah,
well.
not original
Um,
either. Right.
yeah.
Um,
No. I was like, everybody, the way it was marketed and stuff, I'm like, I'm nervous about this movie. So I did look into it and I was like, oh, yeah, no, thank you, no.
but then we saw another movie recently. Oh, uh, last night we saw Shadow in the Clouds. I think that's what's called.
Oh,
I wouldn't be surprised if you never heard of it. Because it doesn't seem. I don't think it was like critically. It's like it got a 77 on Rotten Tomatoes, but a 37 on the on the audience side. It's got
mhm.
Chloe. What's her last name? The
Sevigny, Duval. No, it's Clea.
uh
Sevigny?
no, the one that was in what is her
Feynman? I only know a couple of Chloes.
Moretz, is it Moretz or Moretz or
Oh, Chloe Grace Moritz. Or
Moritz?
Moritz or whatever. Yeah,
Anyhow,
yeah.
however you pronounce her name, she was the star of it. And this was also a film that, like, it changed tone, style, it changed direction kind of abruptly in the middle, and it was a mess. Like, it couldn't figure out what it wanted to be.
What's it
She
about?
Oh, sorry. Okay, so what's it about? How can I there's supposed to be twists in it, but you know when there are twists in a thing and it's not really a twist, it's just oh, this isn't what the story's really about. It's about this. That's not a
Yeah.
twist to me. That's like anyone. I know. Anyway, ostensibly, what it's about is it's World War II, and this uh, female aviator is
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah,
is
yeah, yeah.
carrying some kind of top secret uh, package on a on an aircraft. I think it's supposed to be a B-52. I don't know, and and you know, of course, there are men on this airplane who are like, "Why is there a woman on this airplane?" And there's she talks about how, well, I'm part of the Air Corps that did include some women and so on and so forth. And that's a lot of what happens in the first part of the film is just all of that. Then other things happen, and it's supposed to be a horror because Gremlins.
I was gonna say I remember trailers for this, and like there's something on the wing. Like it's a I was gonna say a giant bat, but yeah, Gremlins is yeah.
No, I mean, well, I mean, that the origin of that terminology, Gremlins, comes from World War II and
Yeah, yeah,
aviation,
yeah.
and
Actually,
that's
in the movie Gremlins, one of the characters confirms when he sees the Gremlins that these are the same things that fucked up stuff in World War II.
in World War II, right? So
Because he
that's
was
what it
in
is.
World War II, apparently.
Right. So yeah, Gremlins, and but it gets more complicated than that in ways that I think are not compelling, are kind of
I
dumb
I
actually.
do recall this movie, and for the most part, I recall hearing about it in not good terms.
It's just not
So,
good. It's just not good. But that was one of its weaknesses, was really kind of completely becoming a different movie right in the middle.
mm,
Again, I don't. If someone were to in a elevator pitch were to say, now this is gonna do a crazy thing, it's gonna become a completely different movie in the middle, I would not write it off. I wouldn't say that's a terrible idea. I'd say, okay, tell me how that's going to happen, because that could really work if done right. But when it's not done right, it's a disaster. It's
they
just
did not tell you. They were not in. If you had just been in that elevator, you could have saved this.
well,
So, in some ways, this is your fault.
part of the problem is not just artistic. That is part of it. Artistically, this is going to be a challenge and hard to do. But there is a whole other issue that has nothing to do with whether or not it's well done, and it has to do with marketing. Because when you market this film, which side which side of that
Well,
divide are you going to tell people about? Because if it's the first part, maybe it'll work. Maybe they'll be pleased by that bait and switch, but there's a good chance they won't be, and not even if it's done well, they won't like it just because it's a bait and switch. People typically don't like those kinds of things, regardless of how artistically well done it is. They like to see what that was promised them
yeah,
in their
yeah.
marketing.
Well, but I mean, history is littered with movies that have done this, and they're either everybody's so excited about that, or they suck. Like that's like some of the famous terrible ones are like, yeah, that's everybody came in waiting for this kind of movie, and it was this kind of movie, and that's not what they wanted. Um,
I
but
mean, there
but
was
but then there's also ones that's like you think it's gonna be this, and it's actually this, and it's so exciting to find that out.
I mean, wasn't there a movie recently like that where like it was marketed as a like spy flick, and Henry Cavill was supposed to be in it, and then when
Yeah,
and then when you went, yeah,
Argyle,
Argyle,
Argyle.
when you went, it wasn't that at all. Everyone was like, "What?" Now, again, I have no idea
Well,
if they did that very well artistically, but marketing wise, it was a
no.
disaster.
Here's what I'll tell you: we didn't finish the movie.
Oh no!
Um,
Oh man!
it, it the twists in that were terrible, and the marketing was terrible,
Yeah.
and also the marketing made the twists obvious. Like everybody knew, but it was also crazy because like the story is about an author, and it's a fictional author, but her real book came out. And I mean, I guess spoilers, but don't see Argyle. Um, she writes about this spy, and it turns well, it's Henry Cavill, but he's imaginary. He's the character, so he's not in it. But then Sam Rockwell shows up, and we're like, oh my god, she subconsciously based him off of this guy because she has like missing memory things. But no, it's her. She's the spy, and it's very very obvious. Like yeah, it's not good.
Well,
Um,
so this
I
film, no, go ahead.
sorry.
I was just gonna say this film also tries to be sort of a female empowerment thing, and
Oh yeah,
in a way that's silly and cartoonish. It doesn't. I mean, I'm not a woman, so maybe some. But I mean, my wife didn't feel empowered by it. It's like this is
anybody
silly.
feel seen from Chloe Grace Moritz being in the B-52 bomber? Tell us in the blog, themagictalkinghat.com.
I mean, yeah. So that was also a thing.
I think Chloe Grace Moritz is a tremendous actor.
Oh, she did a great
I think
job.
she's really good.
Yeah, I do too.
Virtually every single thing she decides to do is something I have no interest in.
Isn't that weird?
I get it. Like there are times where I'm like, you're going for the like I can see why you would want to do what kind of movie you think this is, but it just ends up. The Peripheral is probably the best thing I've seen her in for a while.
Yeah.
And honestly, I wasn't super jazzed about that because it resolves dick all.
Yeah.
And that annoyed the shit out of me. But she did good in it, and I think she does good, but just it's at the point literally I'm like, oh, she's in it. I'm like, oh, then I'm probably not gonna like it. Not because she's bad, but just because she's a shit magnet, I guess. I don't know.
There were a lot of things about the film that were technically very good. Her performance was good. Some of the effects were really good. The creature designs I thought were pretty good. But it's like, you guys just, I mean, I guess it was the script is what it comes down to. It's I think if the script had been better, if the script had been better, but just about everybody else showed up and did a good job, I thought. But yeah, it just wasn't good.
It is always weird to be like, this movie had great acting. It was the worst movie.
And good directing, I felt like.
It's often the script.
Yeah, yeah. Well, but sometimes the script is like either you sense that it's actually not that bad, or at least neutral, and it's the direction or the editing or something that goes bad. I mean,
and occasionally the acting, although usually there are very few things where everything is good about the movie except the acting. Like bad acting is usually a sign of more issues.
That's true.
I would love to see a movie where I'm like, the writing is on point, the direction kicks ass, the production's amazing, everyone is just really bad at acting.
Yeah, I'd be hard pressed to figure out find an example of that for sure.
Well, if you know one, please let me know, people, because I would love. That's the kind of movie I would watch the shit out of.
Although it's amazing how much if all things are good, how much that can really paper over the bad acting, right? Like it doesn't seem like the acting is really the most important piece, honestly. It seems like a lot of the other things are far more important, because if the acting's terrible, all the other things can be good and you won't care. But if the acting's great and all the other things are terrible, you will care. I mean, you'll notice. It's like, these guys did a great job acting, but I didn't like the rest of it.
I don't know if the characters have good chemistry and I just sort of enjoy watching them interact, that'll go a long way for a crap movie. Old Guard 2 was a great example. Old Guard 2, pretty bad. But there are moments of dialogue that I really enjoyed in it.
Yeah. I haven't seen that yet. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's fine.
I wonder why it's not constantly being marketed to us, because we watched the first one and we watched That Kind of Thing.
Yeah, I don't know. We rewatched the first one and it's fine. And the second one is not. And the second one also, Across the Spider-Verses. Like it ends, it's half a movie. It's full length, but it's only half a movie.
Yeah, I know you hate that.
I really do. That's some bullshit. Exceptions, you can do that if you've already shot the other one and it's coming out 6 months later or something.
Okay.
Or even like Wicked. I'm fine with that. I'm like, yeah, you did the first part, you're gonna do the second part. I know when, but well, Across the Spider-Verse is a good example of like, yeah, they did that, and now it has been so long, and they're not there yet. Yeah, and I mean, and also this is fucking Netflix, so if Old Guard 2 doesn't do well enough, there won't be an Old Guard 3.
No, there won't be another one, right?
So this is why this shit annoys me. I'm like, I live for stories. Don't give me half a story.
Right, right. So how was your week?
It was okay. I realized I have been remiss in something. I did not tell other people about my now 4th psychiatric medication.
Oh, did you tell me already?
I did.
Okay.
It was Behind the Pancakes.
Behind the
I told you.
Pancakes.
But then I forgot to mention it. As of literally the day we got together was the first day I did it. I am now on 150 milligrams a day of bupropion, which most people will know as Wellbutrin.
Yeah.
You looked like you were really thinking hard, so I was.
No, I was just listening to what you were going to say about
right. And yeah, so it is coming with the buspirone and the escitalopram, and of course I have my lovely lorazepam if things freak out. I don't know how it's doing yet, because we're right at the point where I should really start seeing the effects and just start seeing it, and it could be several weeks till it sort of gets there. I have seen the side effects right off the bat, which is fun, which mostly involves being very awake. It's not technically a stimulant, but it's kind of a stimulant. So I have to take it first thing in the morning because it goes for 16 hours, and I need to. But yeah, you know me, I like to take naps and stuff, and that has not been nearly as doable. But it's been okay. We'll see how it goes. But I just wanted to let people know that is going on. Also, if you hear this episode, this episode will be the last one I post to Twitter about, because I'm getting out of the Twitter game because I hate it.
You hate it.
Yes. Also, because all of the fun cat video users I follow on Twitter, I have now accessed them on Blue Sky. So I have all my fun cat videos. So what else do I need? I don't get anything else from Twitter. I don't want to be a part of Twitter. So yeah, this episode will be the last one over there. If you need to be told we have a podcast, I was going to say it's easy. It's every Thursday, but now I fucked that up. But it's almost every Thursday. And you can let Facebook tell you, or Blue Sky, or you can just remember, or if it's in your podcatcher, you're just getting it. So those were some old business to get out of the way. Saw some movies. I'll talk about a couple of them here, and I'll save one. We watched The Wild Robot.
Oh gosh,
so we're on Netflix right now. It was other places before, but
yeah.
PG film, animated, about a robot who has to raise a baby duck, or sorry, baby goose. I think sort of a baby Canada goose. Stacked cast. Lupita Nyong'o, Pedro Pascal, Matt Berry, Catherine O'Hara. Good names in it. I liked it quite a bit. It is fun. It is very straightforward sort of deal. It is a hard PG. They death in a comedic fashion comes up a few times, especially early on. in a way that I was like, wow, not like there's not blood or anything, but there literally is this sort of like cartoonish fight between animals. And there was a bird, and you literally see just the bird's head go off. And I was like, wow, it's a blink and you'll miss it moment. But like, yeah, the bird's head, like, yeah, there's some stuff, but it is it's on the edge of PG to PG-13. It is ostensibly a family movie, I suppose. I enjoyed it. I found it interesting. I found it amusing. It got me emotionally. I had gone through some stuff earlier in the day that coincidentally tied into some of it, so it might have had a bigger, like, I teared up a couple of times,
Huh.
but I think that may have been what I brought into it a little bit. Trish was less into it. Trish admitted it looked gorgeous, and I think she had a fun time with it. The message is very confused. It's ostensibly like a children's movie,
Mm.
but the main character, the title character, is in sort of a paternal. It seems to be more about being a parent than the kid goes through an arc too, but it's like not the main. And so she's like, so do kids want to see movies about parenting, or is this what is this? So she was a little confused as to what it was trying to do.
Oh.
But I think it's quite good. I would recommend it. It's a good time.
Wow, we always intended to see it. So the kids, our grandkids, seem to have a fascination with robots, which of course we're
Mhm.
delighted, totally delighted with that.
Mhm.
And the
Show them
way
RoboCop.
and the so I think Iron Man is what really kind of got them going. But
Okay.
the first time we noticed that they were fascinated by robots was the the youngest one would run around saying, "I am a robot." Like that. And I'm like, "Wait a minute,
Oh.
what? Where did
Oh.
she get 60s robot? Like it can't
Well,
Iron Man doesn't really sound that way, does he?"
important question. Is she?
Well, might be, I don't know.
I mean, maybe she's just because she knows. Like,
She'll just run around in circles. I am a robot. I am a robot. And then I'll joke about being a robot and I'll laugh and then they'll talk like that. But when they do the robot thing, it's kind of like how it's always amused me when little kids and it doesn't matter if they are a boy or a girl, if they're pretending they're mom and dad, they'll lower their voice when they're talking like that, and
yeah,
they'll
yeah,
make
yeah,
their voice higher if they're talking like mom,
yeah.
even if their mom's voice is lower than their kid voice.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that, where it's like, this is just how I sound like a robot, even though I don't experience any robots that sound like this in media or elsewhere. This is just what
She
robots
might.
sound
You
like.
don't know what weird ass cartoons she's watching.
I can't even think of a modern thing that has robots talk like that anymore.
Mm, maybe she just is. You should
Maybe
confront
she's
your kid about that. Be like, is this one a robot? Be honest.
It's pretty funny though. It's
Um,
super cute. But yeah, we wanted to see that robot movie, and I we and if we're gonna see the film and really see it, we have to watch it ourselves. With we can't like, oh, we'll
I
watch
think
this
that's
with the
good
kids.
anyway because the age of your children or your grandchildren, like
They're really young, yeah.
this is on the edge.
Oh, okay,
It
okay.
could be scary. I think it's worth a watch. Like, the kids. There's some kids that age that would have no problem, but like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, I think it's worth it. And I think it's pleasant enough. And again, real pretty, real good animation.
Mm,
All CG as far as I know, but like really well done.
cool,
Um,
cool.
so yeah, I would check that out. The other one I have on my list here, I'm very excited about this. I didn't notice until I was filling out other stuff on this. Autocorrect got to this one. So earlier this week, I saw You Got Frankenstein.
You got Frankenstein?
That's what it says.
Like you got mail, except you got
That's what it
Frankenstein.
says. I don't remember watching a movie by that title. I remember watching a movie called Young Frankenstein, but apparently I watched a movie with Tom Hanks as Frankenstein and Meg Ryan as Igor, I guess. I don't know. Called You Got Frankenstein. And what I love is that it was good with Frankenstein, but it was like you can't have met young. I always like I mean I hate it in the moment, but in retrospect I always love it when autocorrect is like, surely you didn't mean this common word that you use all the time. You meant this real weird shit.
Yeah, yeah.
And admittedly, this is common to common, but yeah, so I got Frankenstein. Yeah, we finally watched Young Frankenstein.
Okay.
It is very interesting. It is very different from a lot of Mel Brooks films.
Mm.
The kind of humor is still there, but just the tone, it is so much more dry humor that I don't think of as coming from Mel Brooks.
Mm.
Not entirely. There's plenty of slapstick and bad puns and waka waka and all that shit, but there's just huge swaths of it that are played pretty straight, in a way that makes it seem sort of satirical. That's very interesting, and again, not his style. It is much more my kind of humor than a lot of Mel Brooks stuff.
Oh.
Mel Brooks famously said, "Wit is shit, funny is money," and I'm actually quite a big fan of wit. But it's so I wasn't as annoyed with it as I often am with Mel Brooks stuff, but it also didn't have the bits that made me like howl laughing. Like it was all of Mel Brooks things, but sort of less. And I have a very complicated relationship with his movies, so for me it was pleasant. It's a good movie. I liked it. Trish said not her favorite, which I get that. I mean, Blazing Saddles, I think, still wins. This came out the same year though. This is only like his fourth movie. Marvelous Gene Wilder performance, just all around, great time. Yeah, everybody in it was real good. It's fun. You've seen it, I assume.
A couple
Yeah,
times.
yeah, I digged it. It was good. Um, all right. I've been playing more Baldur's Gate 3. I still struggle with it sometimes, but it's got its hooks in me pretty good. It's such an open game, and you can really do anything anywhere, like D&D. And so you really have to, like, you can't like come up with the good path or the bad path. You kind of have to role play it. And except in certain circumstances where then there's like a boss and I can't figure out how to kill it at all, and I look it up and there's only like 2 or 3 ways, and I don't even have the stuff for some of them. And I'm like, you made things so broad, and then but
Yeah.
and then I'm getting into stuff lately where it's like you have to choose between 2 kind of cataclysmic decisions, and I'm like, I didn't want to be here for this. Why is this? And then crap where like you think it's gonna kill off a major character. I had to play through it twice because I got a bug and had to reload. This scene where somebody's gonna die, and you have all these different ways it gives you to try and stop it. And I failed every single one, both times.
Oh no.
And so then the game just saves them.
Oh.
I mean, in an almost very literal sense, Deus Ex Machina happens. I don't want to spoil things for the plot, but like, I failed everything, and so then they're like, "Okay, fine," and then it just stopped.
I feel like some GMs have probably been in that position before,
right?
Where they're like,
it feels very like that, but it's just
like the GM's like, crap, I didn't think they'd fail every roll, and now this character's dead. Damn it.
Which is bad DMing in my opinion.
No, of course.
But it is not. But he was without sin cast the first stone. I've done it. I've done it. But this is the thing: when they set you up for there's a random chance thing, both success and failure have to have a result, and it has to be interesting. If you cannot achieve that, just have the one happen by fiat. If they have to win, let them win. If they have to fail, have them fail. Like, don't have them roll, because then you're being a dick. But I don't know. I just have been in a place where, yeah, I died some, which I don't enjoy, and then now I'm playing a section that I'm not enjoying for other reasons. But hopefully I'll get out of this soon, because in general I really like. Also, there's 3 acts. I'm still in Act 1.
Wow.
And I'm like 35 hours in. So I'm like, holy shit, how long is this gonna take?
Right.
Apparently, yeah, if you're really doing everything, which I really am trying, 100 plus hours easy for your first playthrough. And I got friends who just play through over and over again. And there are so many options, because you can play the character, different classes, and like they've patched it in. So like later classes that weren't in the game are now in the game. That kind of stuff. And of course you can pick different paths or whatever. So yeah, I get why people replay this over and over again, but we'll see. I'm having a little trouble. Most of them just trying to kill time, because we haven't filled up an hour. I can't believe I didn't post the podcast yesterday. That is rough.
I am responsible a little bit for that. I mean, why didn't I say anything?
You just let it happen.
I didn't notice, obviously, until this morning. But why didn't I?
Well,
I mean, I had other things going on too, but usually I see it on YouTube. And I must not have. So why didn't I say something?
Of course, right. This is your fault.
I used to listen to everyone, and I haven't done that in probably 3 years. So
you and most people.
Because there were a few times where I had to say, "Hey, I had to be the one to tell you that the podcast."
You did. The most common person who did it was Jazz, and I don't know if Jazz is still listening. But Jazz, on multiple occasions, would send me an email and be like, "Is there supposed to be a podcast?" And I'd be like, "Oh crap, there's not a podcast. Thank you." And actually, sometimes she'd send it to both of us too. I remember. Back before she knew you don't have shit to do with sending. All right. Well, let's pull a side quest and see if we can talk about it for 15 minutes.
Sure, maybe we can.
We can if we believe we can. Still watching. We're almost done with Poker Face. We have 1 episode. No. We're done with Poker Face.
Oh, you are? Yeah.
We finished Poker Face yesterday. I forgot about this because it was an episode that was clearly like a 2-part deal. And I was like, we don't have time to watch the other part before this appointment that you have. And she's like, yeah, we do. And so we did. I guess
we also finished something. Let's see. So we've been watching Foundation also.
Oh, season 3 of that. All right.
Which, I mean, I could talk about a lot about that if anybody cared. It seems like there was a thing.
Probably cares.
There's a thing we watched that we got to the end of. What was it? I don't think it was Foundation yet. I think it was something else. Oh, Gilded Age. We watched that, and we got to the end of that season. Yeah.
I don't know. Did you watch Downton Abbey?
Yes.
Okay.
The thing about Gilded Age is, like, there's a part of me that doesn't like any of that stuff. Like rich people in early America, it's like, I don't care about, it even offends me a little bit. But the show is so well made, and I think I've said this before on the podcast even. I have to say I'm super impressed with the costume design. It just blows me away. Episode after episode after episode, I will see at least one person, and usually more, whose costuming is like just, and I asked myself, were the clothes back then really this good, or is this like modern day versions are really amazing? But like, did people really have such awesome clothing back then? Because I mean, I don't know. I see pictures and you can't tell, right? It's black and white or whatever, and not even good black and white. But it's like, wow, did people the clothes really look like this? Because sometimes the colors and the styles are so amazing. But and the acting is always good and fun to watch. But
Well, for legal reasons, I signed an NDA. I can't talk about it, but you're welcome.
uh,
All right.
so
Pick a number between 0 and infinity.
4. What?
All right. All right. This will be fun. I feel like you should be able to guess who the quote's going to be from.
Well, let's see.
Always carry a towel. Wash all the towels in your home.
Why? That's from Hitchhiker's Guide. But I forget the name of the person who said it.
Well, I don't either, but the quote is from the author.
Oh, Douglas Adams.
Yes.
Yeah.
I may not have gone to where I intended to go, but I think I have ended up where I needed to be.
Hmm.
Congratulations. Um, I'm not gonna wash all the towels in my house because most of the towels in my house are clean currently, like, and are in the laundry, like in the linen closet. So I'm not gonna wash those. How often you wash your towels?
Every week.
I don't do that often.
Well, I mean, I've only got so many, so I pretty much have to wash them
Yeah.
every
Oh, we
week.
have a lot. We're actually getting rid of some. We have way too many. But
Yeah.
it is weird because has a different Trish doesn't shower as often as I do. Because Trish is one of, like, I don't know if you've ever experienced this. Your body produces like oil and stuff in correspondence to how often you clean it off. So like I shower every day. If I miss a day, I'm really gross. Trish doesn't shower every day, and so like the next day she's fine, like because her body's just sort of used to that. But consequently, my towel gets used a lot more than her towel. But I don't like have them on different cycles, so I kind of blend it out a little bit. But um
What do you think about that idea, though? This idea that, well, I didn't get where I wanted to go, but I probably got where I needed to go. I mean, I think a lot of people feel that way about their lives, and often they look at their life and they say, "Well, I wouldn't change this because if I change this, that would change all these other things, and I wouldn't want all those other things to change."
yeah.
But when sometimes when they state it like you just said, well, I didn't get what I wanted, but I got what I needed. They almost make it sound like some kind of objective thing or something that the cosmos made sure you got what you needed, even though you didn't get what you wanted. But it seems to me that you just sort of retroactively think, well, because I'm satisfied with what it is now, I wouldn't want to change any of it. It's
Which
kind
I
of
mean
like
I guess is true technically, but like in an almost tautological way that sort of doesn't matter.
right,
Yeah.
like it's not like the universe knew what you needed and you didn't, so the universe made it happen while you were thinking of other things.
I
It's
mean,
just
but a ton of people believe in those terms.
yeah, that's true, I suppose.
If people believe in fate and destiny and a higher power making shit happen, and frequently they need to, because when you intend to go a certain direction and it doesn't happen at first, that seems awful.
Yeah.
Um, and I mean, I had dreams for myself. Trish had dreams for herself. We both famously did not anticipate ending up with somebody like we did and living the life we're living. And we both are super into it. Don't get me wrong. We like each other very much. Um, but it the path not taken. Like, I could have been a dot-com billionaire if I'd just gotten a computer science degree. I could have blown it all by the early 2000s. I could not be living in Iowa.
Mm.
And I love Iowa now, but I lived here for a long time before that happened.
Mhm. Mhm.
Oh,
Well, I mean, I think there's just something to be said for a person understanding, one, that whatever your plans are, there's a pretty good chance that's not going to work out. But you don't make a plan because you want to control and absolutely get to a certain point. You make a plan so that you have some kind of stability while you're actually improvising the whole way, because that's what everyone has to do eventually. And then when you get to wherever you get, just either saying, okay, well, I was more or less successful in executing this plan, but I'm satisfied with it, with where I'm at for these reasons, because we don't have control over things like we think we do.
yeah, but most people think they do. Like what you're describing is what you did.
Okay,
Most
yes, that's
people,
true.
and my version, I didn't have a plan, but I knew I was going to be great and important because I was told that my whole life. I wasn't,
Mm.
there was no suggestion I should work for it. It was just going to happen. So I actually had a pretty big phase where I was like, "Oh crap, I've stopped preparing for my mighty destiny. It should be happening. Why am I a receptionist in a small town newspaper?"
I see. That's interesting.
Um, and that was difficult to process. But a lot of people know from day one, and it is fun to see though those people, because I will occasionally see on Facebook the people that I went to college with, and like they had their major set from day one,
Mm.
and they went through the thing and they got into grad school or whatever, and now it's been almost 30 years, and you'll check on Facebook and it's like, oh yeah, they moved to Venezuela, they're a chef now, great, like, and they look happy, and I'm like, cool.
Oh, that's
That
funny.
must have that must have been a thing.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah, there's a lot of those. There's a lot of those. Um, what do you think about bringing a towel everywhere?
Everywhere?
Yeah, never forget your towel. It's like the thing. You always got to have a towel
Well,
throughout the universe.
I mean, I remember, reading those books, and when that came up, and I remember thinking that's an odd thing for this author to pick as the thing. I mean, there's something humorous about it, but it's also uh, like, if anyone were going to take it seriously, which I don't think was meant to be taken seriously, but if anyone were to take it seriously, it would. I'm not sure I would. That doesn't make sense to me, to take a towel everywhere. Why?
Towel's handy. Towel can do a lot of things.
Uh, okay. Uh, but then, I mean, like, a towel can, well, I guess. I mean, I'm thinking of things other than, what it was made for, is like, to absorb liquids or whatever.
Which is a big one.
Yeah, but I mean, in my mind, that's like, if you have it and then you need to use it for that, then you immediately need to wash it or something, and so then it's just this thing
Which
that you have to go
then
wash.
you can do that, but
That's true.
modesty,
Oh, sure.
improvised room partition, sail for a boat, uh, very last minute parachute. Um,
It's not okay.
bartering with people who are wet.
But then you lose your towel.
There is a problem there. So maybe you always got to take two towels.
It's also, I've learned, a remarkably effective martial arts weapon. Have you seen martial arts or like action movies where they grab a towel or some similar thing and they're like snapping people with
Yeah,
it, or wrapping it around people's necks?
and
It's like, wow.
we don't know this. People don't know the old like Shaw Brothers Chinese action films or whatever are the inspiration for modern American bullying. That's where they got it from.
Well, but here's another thing though. In the book, what I don't remember a lot of like I don't remember very many plot devices or plot resolutions that had to do with isn't it good I have this towel? I mean,
There is one or two like that are
yeah.
critical, and that's a
All right,
thing.
well,
But no,
I don't
overall,
remember.
it's better to have the towel and not need it than need the towel and not have it.
Yeah, that seemed apparent to me. That okay, they say that this towel's important and it's almost never important. So okay.
But when it is, you really want that towel. Oh, hold on. I have a new message in my chart. Let's share with everybody the medical. Oh, wait, it's Trisha's message. Then I probably won't share that.
Yeah, I get all my wife's stuff too. That's
Well, my
mostly what I
wife
get.
doesn't even get all my wife's stuff, so
Okay.
that's fun. All right. Well, hopefully by the time you've heard this, there'll have been a different episode out. Sorry, people. I don't. Um, thank you for joining us, and we hope you'll listen again. Remember, we won't be on Twitter anymore, and neither should you. Go to the blog, themagicaltalkinghat.com, and comment on what we've had to say. What's your feelings on towels? Or Barbarian, or Chloe Grace Moretz, or Zoomtopia. And please email us at themagicaltalkinghat@gmail.com so that we can do less of this and more of that. And then come back in a week. We're gonna come back in much quicker, but you won't know. So don't worry about it.